It's almost 9 months since COVID 19 has altered the lives of the Filipino people. Not to mention the Taal volcano eruption, the two strong typhoons, Rolling and Ulysses. This pandemic has given us both challenges and opportunities. And yes, it's already December, and this signifies it's Christmas time again. Well, celebration may not be the same as before, but let us not forget the true meaning of Christmas, and that is the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Let His birth be the light and joy for all of us. It's still a time for us to show our love, our care, our support for each other. That thought, that essence should have not changed. So on behalf of the BIS family, headed by our school director, Miss Joy Marie Bondo Antonio, let us continue celebrating that Christmas with light and joy. Merry Christmas everyone, and God bless.
Before I start, Merry Christmas, everyone! Christmas is a day when we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ with family and friends. But this year it is quite different. 2020 was dynamic. There was a volcano eruption in the Philippines, forest fires in Australia, and finally the pandemic COVID-19. During Christmas, it was very easy for us to see people gathering together and singing, exchanging gifts, and enjoying the feast together as a family and friends. I also still remember the moment when our classmates were enjoying our Christmas party and having fun with Secret Santa, watching movies, and sharing food together. Sadly, it is true that we cannot enjoy the day as we did past years. But how about we spend this day in a more meaningful way? I still consider this as a blessing to have a chance to see our friends and teachers and get to spend time with them for Christmas. I believe we should take this opportunity to experience Christmas in a new way and see the positives and shine through from a year of negativity. So, don't get too wrapped up in the things that we have faced this year and try to look for activities that could enrich your Christmas. For this year, share your hearts instead of giving gifts to brighten the day. Just light the Christmas lights on your trees and reach out to people who we were not able to do to feel the love of Christmas. Also, don't forget that Christmas is a season of love and celebration. I wish we could celebrate our courage and love over the challenges that we overcame together. Let's feel thankful for what we have today and thankful that we're able to celebrate Christmas this year, 2020. Thank you and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Grade 7, 8, 9, and 10 have embraced your greatness for the Christmas presentations, which are also in celebration of the English month. "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," a poem by Clement Clarke Moore, is one of the most popular Christmas poems in the world. This gives a picture of a family settling down to sleep when eventually the father sees Saint Nicholas in a sleigh pulled by 8 reindeers. Saint Nicholas enters the house, fills the stockings with presents, and greets everyone a happy Christmas. I'm proud to present the BIS Grade 7 class as they show their love in "'Twas a Night Before Christmas."
'Twas the night before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their hands. And Mama in a kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprung from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash.
The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when, oh what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and a tiny reindeer.
With a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted, and called them by name.
Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
As dry leaves stand before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and Saint Nicholas too.
And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof, as I drew in my head and was turning around. Down the chimney Saint Nicholas came with a bound.
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His jaw little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow.
The stop of a pipe he had tied in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little brown belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly.
He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf. I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye, a twist of his head, soon gave me to know I have nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose.
He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."
For the next presentation, the piece that we're about to witness is a commemoration and tribute to soldiers who have been risking their lives for our country's freedom. We would feel how courageous they are, not just in fighting, but also in managing their emotions as they are being separated from their families. It's all about unconditional love. My heart is honored to present the grade 8 class as they perform A Soldier's Christmas.
embers glowed softly, and in their dim light, I gazed round the room and I cherished the sight. My wife was asleep, her head on my chest, my daughter beside me, angelic in rest.
Outside the snow fell, a blanket of white, transforming the yard to a winter delight. The sparkling lights in the tree, I believe, completed the magic. That was Christmas Eve.
My eyelids were heavy, my breathing was deep. Secure and surrounded by love, I would sleep. In perfect contentment, or so it would seem. So I slumbered. Perhaps I started to dream.
The sound wasn't loud, and it wasn't too near. But I opened my eyes and it tickled my ear. Perhaps just a cough. I didn't quite know. Then the sure sound footsteps outside in the snow.
My soul gave a tremble. I struggled to hear, and I crept to the door just to see who was near. Standing out in the cold and the dark of the night, a lone figure stood, his face weary and tight.
A soldier I puzzled, some 20 years old, perhaps a marine, huddled here in the cold. Alone in the dark, he looked up and smiled, standing watch over me, my wife, my child.
What are you doing? I asked without fear. Come in this moment. It's freezing out here. Put down your pack. Brush the snow from your sleeve. You should be at home on a cold Christmas Eve.
For barely a moment I saw his eyes shift, away from the cold and the snow blown in drifts, to the window that danced through the warm fire's light. Then he sighed and he said, "It's really alright. I'm out here by choice, I'm here every night. It's my duty to stand at the front of the line that separates you from the darkest of times."
No one had to ask or beg or implore me. I'm proud to stand here, like my fathers before me. My Gramps died at Pearl on a day in December. Then he sighed. That's a Christmas Gram always remembers.
My dad stood his watch in the jungles of man, and now it is my turn, and so here I am. I've not seen my own son in more than a while, but my wife sends me pictures. It sure got her smile.
Then he bent and he carefully pulled from his bag the blue, red, and white, a Philippine flag. I can live through the cold and the being alone, away from my family, my house, and my home.
I can stand at my post through the rain and the sleet. I can sleep in a foxhole with little to eat. Can you carry the weight of defending another? I'll lay down my life with my sister and brother, who stand at the front against any and all, to ensure for all time that this flag will not fall.
So go back inside, he said. Harbor no fright. Your family is waiting, and I'll be all right. But isn't there something I can do? At the least give you money, I asked, or prepare you a feast?
It seems all too little for all that you've done, for being away from your wife and your son. Then his eyes welled a tear that held no regret. Just tell us you love us, and never forget.
To fight for our rights back at home while we're gone, just stand your own watch, no matter how long. For when we come home, either standing or dead, to know you remembered, we fought and we bled, is payment enough, and that we will trust, that we mattered to you, as you mattered to us.
What does it really feel when you spark and embrace the light in you? The piece that we're about to experience shares this light as a representation on how it shines and bursts forth from nothingness. Each line is filled with hope. Each line encourages us to experience how this light can come into and touch our lives this Christmas and days beyond. It is all about the beauty of light, joy, and peace. I am overflowed with joy to present the grade 9 class as they deliver A Light Has Come.
Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. Deep in the dark, creation is coming. A light has come, a light is coming.
A light has come, a light has coming. At 299,792,458 meters per second, the light has come, and the light is coming.
Light is energy, it rays and waves, greeting us with a bright, sunny face.
Light speeds and it spreads, covering everything it touches. It breaks, it illuminates, and it captivates.
It stimulates the senses and eliminates the dark.
It fascinates the children and generates a spark. It shines. And without it, we're blind. Literally. It is only when the light enters our eye we finally able to see. You see, we as people living in darkness need a great, great light.
So, it's no wonder that out of all the things you could have chosen to create, first God said, "Let there be light." Right?
So in the middle of the night, when the angel appears to the sepulchre, do not be afraid. They said, just follow the light.
Starlight, star bright, first son is born tonight. To the Virgin Mother, the brother of James, who uttered, wonder, and suffered under others' blunders to uncover a love for each other.
And the Father and the Son, shining so brightly, it's only right we call in the light of the world. This light was broken and spread, covering every sin that he touched.
Illuminating the truth, captivating our attention, and generating our tomorrow. So let this be a sun that the mind can see.
That the water is wine, that the broken are free, and his light will shine
into every crack of brokenness, over every horizon of hope.
Through the prism of his promise, behold, a drummer boy drumming for glory's homecoming.
An evil succumbing to the light that has come, and the light that is coming.
A poem by Lucy Maud Montgomery brings us to a night that is silent, calm, and holy, amidst the fears, uncertainties, and chaos, presenting the grade 10 class with their rendition of A Christmas Night.
Wrapped was the world in slumber deep, by seaward valley in southern sleep, and bright and blessed were the dreams of its sleep.
All the hours that wonderful night carried through, the stars of blossom, the fields of blue.
A heavenly chaplet to diadem, the king in a manger of Bethlehem.
Out of the hills and shepherds lay, wakeful that never a lamb might stray.
Humble and clean of heart were they.
Thus it was given them to hear marvelous happenings, strange and clear.
Thus it was given them to see the herald of nativity.
In the dim lit stable of Mother Mile, looked with holy eyes on her child.
cradle him close to her heart and smile.
Ginny purple, no granite.
Never a trapping of a royalty.
A merry soul that the baby's head.
With a slender nimbus was garlanded.
Speechless her joy as she watched him there,
Forgetful of pain and grief and care.
and every thought in her soul was a prayer.
While under the dome of the desert sky, the kings of the east from afar drew nigh.
And the great white star was a guide to them, kept ward o'er the manger of Bethlehem.
I always look forward to Christmas because it is my favorite time of the year. Our home is decorated with Christmas decorations like Nativity Belen, Christmas tree, Santa Claus, Nutcracker, and Snowman. There is also a big parole hanging outside our house. During this time, I get to enjoy lots of delicious food like ham and queso de bola. I also receive a lot of gifts from my family and relatives. This year, Christmas will be different because of the pandemic. Since there is social distancing, we will not be able to celebrate as a big group. We will not physically see our relatives. We will not spend Christmas Eve at a hotel as has been our tradition. I also expect less food and gifts as we all have to live simply during this difficult time. I am fortunate to have what I need and much more. For Christmas to be more meaningful, we have to share with others. For example, my family donated old clothes and shoes to the needy during the recent typhoon. I just hope that we made a difference to their lives no matter how small. Whether we like it or not, Christmas will come. There's no stopping it. We just have to embrace its true meaning, which is faith, hope, and love. Let us share the joy of giving to others.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party.
Mama, what crap?
Mistletoe hung where ai cha mà soi biết nè.ปูนีบอิปปี้อิปปี้อิปปี้อิปปี้อิปปี้เจ็บหลายปูนีบอิปปี้อิปปี้อิปปี้อิปปี้อิปปี้เกือบตายมาเอาอิปปี้อิปปี้อิปปี้อิปปี้
Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen, Blitzen, all of his reindeer pulling on the reins.
DJ Savek on the mix.
Rizkyuba remix.
You know I'm gonna get
Soldier boy tough. Soldier boy, I been it. Why me cry?
They stay the same. Don't you hesitate, girl. Put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Yeah, go ahead, let your head down.
Jingle bell rock. A jingle bell swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell rock. A jingle bells chime in jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. A jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle in the jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle bell rock, jingle bell chime in jingle bell time. Snowing and blowing bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime in jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. A mix and a mingle and a jingling beat. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
I don't wanna lock
Liwanag, ligaya, light, joy, claridad, alegria, kasanag, kasadya. Lamrag kalipay, sa hayag kakuyakan, kahayag kalipay, raniyag, ragsak. Halimbawa, likat, sigay, lilini, liwanag, kaugmahan, suluwating tula. Kibuyo na kupi, ilumina, joya, yang bang shiway, lumiye, joa. And ben children, adawa, para, oro, sheros, alegria.